Hi, my beautiful twin souls, and welcome back to another reading for both twins this time on my channel. The point of this video is to show you where you both are in your journey and how best to move forward towards union. Now, before I start, I'd like to thank all of my new subscribers. It is so nice to read all of your comments, hear your stories, and for you to be able to connect with other twins here in the collective. I'm on Pinterest and Instagram as Massage by Carrie, and I have a lot of love and relationship readings listed in the description box below. So if you feel called, please do book one for yourself. We have 3 columns here. We have the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, and the Connecting Energies. And just to start, we have the 5 of Staves in reverse for the masculine, Illusion or the Moon for the feminine, and the Ace of Arrows as the connecting energies. So the Divine Masculine really is moving through conflict. He is moving beyond these petty past disagreements and finding meaning in them. So instead of reveling in the struggle and the conflicts he's had with you, he's really trying to integrate his feelings here to transcend the experience and find growth. Because as you can see, the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine really doesn't want to fight the masculine anymore. Now, for the Divine Feminine as the Moon or Illusion in this deck, she is really also trying to figure out what's important here about this connection, but for the purpose of discovering what the shadow aspects of the Divine Masculine is, what he's been going through, why that's forced him to turn away. And her end game here is to find compassion. Now, of course, if these beautiful twins do their work, we have the lovely Ace of Arrows in the middle, signifying a brand new start to thinking and communicating with your twin from the heart space. So this is only going to happen when both twins release the desire to continue to dwell on suffering. The fact that it happened, how bad it hurt, whose fault it was, whatever, and find a reason for it. So we can use that reason or deeper meaning that the masculine is seeking in his journey to somehow be of service to ourselves or other people. Now, I know some of you feel like this is really not happening right now, but if you identify with the twin flame journey, this work is always occurring in the background. So if you want to know if your person is your true twin flame or not, check out my readings in the description box. I have a 1 quick question special, and that should answer that for you. But I caution you, don't book that reading unless you truly want to know the answer at this moment. Sometimes people can get triggered. So what is hidden in this connection? What secrets do you need to know? This question goes out to Annette. Hi, Annette, and thank you for expressing your interest in this topic. If anybody else has something they want me to look at or talk about or read for, please feel free to leave that in the comments below. So we have the 9 of Chalices for the masculine, we have the Knave of Wands for the feminine, and we have another ace in the middle, the Ace of Wands for the connecting energy. So while the Divine Masculine is moving towards you, more importantly, he's willing to be vulnerable this time. He wants to apologize or enlighten you on what he's been going through and that he's been working on himself. He's trying to unify the body, mind, and spirit in response to these lessons in a powerful way. The 9 of Chalices or 9 of Cups is also the wish card. But with the 9s, there's an energy that needs to be released. There's a signification to the end of all hesitations, I think in this case, that you are the one. And then if you perceive that there have been any rivals around you, that is the end to those connections as well. So some of you might actually receive communication from your person at this time. With the Knave of Wands, the Divine Feminine is also realizing that seeing doesn't equate to truth. We find out sometimes people do things in the moment, like out of pride, that they don't mean in order to save face. So maybe some of that was part of these past disagreements that you guys had. Harsh words were said. Maybe the Divine Masculine told you he loved you, disappeared, and you were like, what normal person does this? He obviously doesn't care. Not necessarily true. So the feminine is realizing that she needs to develop discernment. When we drop down into our feeling body, we can better assist the mind in reading a situation properly, to not be clouded by what we're seeing, but also not what we want to see. I also get the sense that many divine feminines feel like the masculine was in it just for sex. And now realizing that's not true, he was actually in it for something deeper, and that perhaps the intensity of the connection or the intensity of the effect on him from her frightened him and triggered him to separate. But that's not enough to extinguish the flame. We have a lot of fire energy here, and this is no different with the Ace of Wands, a new beginning in passion. So this is union energy in this deck. Union awaits. And the secret of your connection together, the secret to coming into union, is to abandon everything you think you know about yourself and this connection. All of your preconceived notions about what a relationship's supposed to look like, deep-seated beliefs about what a man is supposed to be, what is a female supposed to be, surrendering to this divine love, the divine lessons, and divine timing, because you're about to merge into something much, much greater than yourself. And this brings us to our third row, which speaks about coming into your purpose. So we have conflict here for the divine masculine, which is number 6. Following number 17, which reduces to 8 for the divine feminine, and prosperity, 14, which reduces to 5. So for my divine masculines, you are really being called into a more diplomatic position at this time. Maybe you were a warrior in another life, and this is kind of like a foreign language to you. But the 6 indicates that humanitarianism is on the rise, especially with the age of Aquarius, and that there are people out there that still need your protection. It just might require a different skill set. Now for my feminines, I see you entering more of a self-sufficiency, maybe in business, maybe you're an entrepreneur. You're just finding ways to integrate all of your passions into one vocation or profession. So maybe you've just become a team leader or taken the lead somehow, a boss in your job, because the card is all about leadership. And it's ironic since it says following, but I really feel like this just suggests you're not following the flow anymore. You're finding ways to cooperate with the universal energies and harness them in order to find harmony. Now, of course, we have our beautiful end game here, prosperity, which reduces to 5, which we began our reading with. So everything really does come in this full golden circle. And what a beautiful card symbolizing the amazing archetypal journey towards inner and outer peace. So once we do all of this work, we will find ourselves becoming the teacher, but also knowing when to become the student and to express our light into the world, and when to maybe retreat into ourselves to gather more strength. We will find ourselves enriching each other's lives and, through our example, building people up and not letting them fall, creating this kind of community that we always dreamed of and wanted to see, the triumph of love, truly. So short and sweet, that is what I have for you today. If you want to know what your divine masculine has to say to you, you can watch my last video linked below, or stay tuned for next week where I'll be doing another divine masculine speaks. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to my channel if you want more, and do book a reading if you feel called. That's down in the description box again below. And if you want to know when a new video comes around, hit that little bell notification so you don't miss it. So that's what I have for you this week. Any questions you have for me, drop down in the comments below. I love to hear from you. Have a blessed week, and until I see you next time.